This is National Trading Card Day today, and if you're paying attention, or perhaps you haven't been, we've been seeing a slew of cards being sold into the millions, whether we're talking sports cards like baseball or hockey, or Pokémon, or, wrestling cards from my back in the day. But we're witnessing trading cards really holding its grip on buyers and sellers ever since the COVID pandemic, of course, 6 years back. So joining us live this morning to talk more about this is Jeff Follett, the e-commerce manager at 401 Games, Board Games, Sports, and Trading Cards. Jeff, great to talk to you about this. This really takes me back to my youth, but it's pretty clear that everyone's kind of getting involved in trading cards right now. What does National Trading Card Day or Card Day sort of mean for the 401 Games in your business today?
Yeah, I mean, I think a big part of it for us is just we're really engaged with our communities. Mm-hmm. And so we love people that want to come into our store and collect cards, play cards. Playing is a huge component for us. Mm-hmm. And yeah, so it's really nice to be here.
Is that a sign of the times that the evolution is more into the playing and trading cards versus the sort of collectible baseball cards? Is that what you would say is the state of the market, or?
I mean, certainly for a lot of the younger generations mm-hmm. that are coming into the space, they are seeing where, for lack of a better term, just assets. Mm-hmm. And so are seeing that, this is maybe a vehicle for them to, both make some money while collecting something that they enjoy.
Yeah, exactly. Let's talk about some of the cards you brought in, because you brought in a various display of, sporting cards, trading cards, etc. What's the most valuable card you've brought in today? Because, I was kind of intrigued when you pulled it out earlier.
Yeah, so we have some sports cards that are pretty expensive. We have a Joe Burrows here that's about $6,000.
$6,000 for this card. Obviously in mint condition. It's got all the details on here. If you're do most collectors do this with these cards? Put them, under the plastic in the. Let's just hold it up one more time, just for people to get a much better sense of.
So certainly in the past decade, especially the past 5 years, we've seen a pretty big uptick in people mm-hmm. wanting to slab their cards, encapsulate them in plastic. Yeah. They're really looking to want to know what the value of their cards are mm-hmm. and want to make sure that they're protected for the long term.
Mm-hmm. Now, what about trading cards? Because the thing about trading cards, my kids have stacks of Pokemon cards, but they're kind of scattered over the basement, etc. Sure. And I get worried about them losing value.
Sure. I mean, with any collectible, there's going to be some things that go up in value, some things that go down over time, mm-hmm. depending on the day of the week or the month. Certainly right now in the current market, it seems like sometimes every day that there's going to be changes, kind of like the stock market.
Right, okay, yeah.
I'm sure your kids would be interested in a Charizard
V. Yeah.
Now, this one's a Japanese copy. Yep. I really like the foil texture on that card.
Yeah, that's a really nice looking card.
This is a PSA Gem Mint 10. Yep. So the highest grade that PSA offers. There's a couple of different grading card companies. I also have some cards here from Beckett. Mm-hmm. But yeah, PSA is typically the standard at this point, the gold standard.
And what would the potential sale price be of that?
So for that card, maybe $200 to $300. $200
to $300. Yeah. And you could get this in a standard pack, that you buy at the store?
Absolutely.
Because sometimes I feel am I getting them in the pack, or do I have to buy the special Series 1 or special kind of collector boxes?
No, so with almost all of these products, you have a chance with any pack that you open. Mm-hmm. So it's really great even for kids coming in with their families, that you can just buy a pack for $4 or $5 and you have just the same chance as just about everyone else to open something really cool and unique.
Do you find that most people, Jeff, that was Logan Paul right there, that most people are kind of aware of what they're requiring when they buy, or are some people just sort of super naive about this? They open up their cards, they pick them up, they go, tuck them away, or is there much more awareness now?
Certainly more awareness in the last kind of 5 to 10 years, mm-hmm. But we still get all the time customers emailing us and saying, hey, this is my first time, I just bought a box, I'm really excited to see what I got, mm-hmm. What's the value, or what's the best way for me to buy more or to sell or to grade. And so that's one of the things that we're offering at this point too, is just grading, we're working with PSA. Okay. And so if people open stuff and they want to know, then one option is that they can drop it off at our store and we'll send that off for them.
Okay. Bill Coulter, by the way, has brought in some cards this morning. So, Bill, you wanted to bring Bill in,
I'm not so much looking for...
Go on and have a seat, Bill.
Sure. I'm going to squeeze in over here. I had a couple of curiosities because I was in I think it's called the junk wax era.
The 90s?
the early 90s. But that said, I've left them in a box, and I kind of pulled them out, and it was nostalgic, like you, fun. But there was always... I always went a bit off the grid and went into some music cards and some things. And I was just looking this up today, and Madonna and Janet Jackson.
I'm going to hold this one up just to show... Yeah.
Okay. And it was showing up like online as $50, $70. So what do you do when you're going through old stuff and you kind of see something come up like that? One, do you believe it? And two, do you put it right in a sleeve?
Yeah, so I mean, if you don't already have it in a sleeve, putting in a sleeve and a top loader like what you have there is a good way to protect the items. Almost all of these are cardboard, so like you want to take that into account with how you're storing them. But yeah, like I mean, you can look at marketplaces like eBay. eBay is a really big one that will kind of show you kind of the market value of your cards.
So it doesn't surprise you that something outside of sports or Pokemon actually that shocked me. I would have thrown that in the garbage. But
sure, yeah. I mean, like for that kind of thing, you might need to look at like kind of like sold listings as well. Like someone can ask whatever they want. Just because it says $50 might
doesn't
not actually
mean
exactly.
100%. And just one more thing, because this plagued me from when I got it way back in the day. And I've been told basically that even though that is an error, it degrades the value of the cards because it's considered, I don't know, like.
Oh, like a printer hickey.
Yeah, printer.
So that's very cool. It depends. Like you can find, especially in the last kind of decade, that there's people that are really into misprints and oddities.
Okay.
They want to collect things that have printer hickeys. They want to collect things that are miscut or off center or have crimp lines at the top.
So that might be worth keeping. Not as like
sure.
It's not damaged because it was printed like that.
Correct. Yeah, I know. Like in the sports side, a lot of the time people are looking for more like mint copies of stuff.
Right.
But there's definitely people out there that are also interested in oddities.
Okay, very cool. I'm glad because I thought that would really degrade it. So now I gotta keep an eye out for it.
Yeah. Hey Jeff, thanks for joining us on National Card Day. Really fascinating.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. I got
exactly.
to ask an expert here.
Nice to meet you.
And we have a really cool giveaway
That's
as
right.
well.
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah. You could win the box of cards you see in front of us on the table. Wow, valued at over $500. Thank you. All you have to do is email. I can't enter. All you have to do is email contest@cp24.com.
You won already.
I know. Include your name and number. Again, to win this prize pack from 401 Games valued at over $500. Email us at contest@cp24.com. Include your name and your phone number.